you're feeling lonely. Maybe you only have family around, but not your spiritual community, or maybe you're looking for your spiritual community to be your family. Like maybe you are feeling like you don't have a lot of friends around, or you don't have just your community basically, and that would be your family. Where you go abroad is like where you kind of connect with your soul tribe, or maybe where your family lives. Perhaps you do already have family somewhere further away. So this kind of shows that. So there's definitely travel involved, and it seems like it's a big letting go for you. And there is maybe perhaps some hesitation about that with the Five of Swords. Maybe it is giving you a little bit of a headache, some fear, anxiety, just a lot of unknowns. But when you travel, wherever it is that you're going, I feel like you're very happy. You're very happy about this place that you're thinking about going to. It really lights you up. It allows you, you feel like you've come full circle, like you've completed this cycle and now you're ready to begin anew. And you feel really, really excited and happy about this. This is something that you've been manifesting, this place where you're meant to live. It's something you've been giving a lot of thought. You perhaps have been in hermit mode. So I'm just kind of giving you context into, like, I don't know where you are specifically on your journey. This could be this and into the future. This could be where you are now. This could be like you could maybe already know the place and you're like, oh my God, I have a calling to live here. And this is a confirmation for you. Or maybe this hasn't really happened yet. And this is kind of like your future. So apply how it resonates, but there's a time where you're kind of more in hermit mode and you're more thinking to yourself and you're more retreating and kind of figuring out like how to move forward following your heart, right? Because the Knight of Cups moves forward, takes action on his horse, following his heart. And there's a lot of daydreaming and fantasizing and visualizing and imagining, right? With this imagine card, it's something that you've been imagining. You've been imagining a place. You've been imagining a place where you want to go, where you want to live, that is true to your heart. I trust the messages I receive from my heart. Your heart is telling you where to go. And how you're going to meet your soulmate, where you're going to meet your soulmate is going to be a certain place in the world. And that you have to travel abroad, you have to travel to, and you might have to live abroad there. And that's kind of like where you meet. That's where you build your community. Like you're going to live there. You're going to live in a different country, or like something that's kind of more different and unknown to you. It could even be like within the country that you live. Like if you live in America or the United States, it could be like you're moving to a different state, but it's so different and new to you that you're not really familiar with anything, right? So, but that's kind of like where you meet, you find your spiritual community there. But yeah, so you're following your heart and you're letting it take you to where you feel like you're meant to live. And it's like you're simplifying your life by moving. You're really only taking what you need. You're only taking a few bags, and the essentials, and you're kind of walking away from everything else. Like she's traveling pretty light here, you know? So I feel like that is something that you're doing, is simplifying your life, decluttering, letting go of people, maybe even friendships, situations that are just like no longer for you. And you're going off on your own. Maybe you are leaving family. Maybe that's why it's kind of sad and it's a hard ending, because wherever it is that you live right now, um, I feel like there is family there, and you're going off on your own with the hermit here. You're going to be alone, and that's scary for you. But you are following your heart, and maybe there is like a mother, the Queen of Pentacles, or some sort of a female figure in your life that you have to leave behind, that's been very stable and supportive and like really close to you in your life, that you are having to leave because you're reparenting yourself. So it's almost like you're growing up. Like you're leaving behind all your comforts and all your familiarities of the comfort of your mother, the comfort of your, it could be father, it could be comfort of your older sibling or your friends, or even a partner, right? A romantic partner, some sort of comforting feeling that's made you feel very safe. And like it was support, like a family would support you in that same feeling, but you have to walk away and follow your own path, do your own thing, manifest what is right for you, what you feel true in your heart. And so that is giving you a little bit of anxiety here, but you're going to do it. You're going to start over. And you're going to be your own parent. Like now it's your responsibility to take care of yourself. So maybe you're moving out from your parents' house too. That could be a thing. Um this is a very specific message. Okay, so that's kind of what's going on here with how you're going to meet your soulmate. You're going to meet your soulmate in this reading, in this bio. It's very clear. You are traveling away from where you live. You're moving away from it. You're following your heart, listening to your heart. It's something that is really rich with your imagination. It's something that you're really excited about. It's something that really lights you up and you've been thinking a lot about, and really you feel called to go there, but it's also something that you can imagine living there. You can imagine a different life there and being happy there, right? Being fulfilled there. It's something that is true to your soul. After a lot of contemplation and going within, you're realizing like, okay, this is my path. This is where I need to go. I need to pursue this and trust my heart and not let anxiety get in the way. But it is causing you some anxiety because maybe perhaps you are disconnecting from some sort of, mother figure or somebody that brings you a lot of warmth, comfort. Maybe this could also be you. This could also be your job that you're disconnecting from, a lot of security and stability that you have at your job that you have to leave behind for the unknown of like, I don't know how I'm going to make money, or if I'm going to have a good job like I have here or something like that. But you're definitely in the high manifestation mode. So this isn't going to come as a surprise like, oh, okay, where do I want to go? It's like you have a calling. It's something that is definitely something you've been thinking about, putting a lot of thought into, imagining. And if you don't know what that place is now, then maybe you haven't like tapped into that yet. Or maybe has that you're not ready to receive that message from your soul. But I definitely think it's going to come to you very strongly at some point. You're just going to know. You're going to know this is where you're meant to go. This is your next step. And when that comes, you're gonna feel called to go, and that's where you're gonna meet your soulmate. So you could Ace of Cups. Okay. So what I feel is going to happen. Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, I don't know. Like you could be whatever, but the Queen of Pentacles came out, so like you could still be a man, but this is just like feminine energy. But anyway, the counterpart of it is right here, the King of Pentacles. So I feel like this is your energy here, the Queen of Pentacles, and like you're gonna find abroad your King of Pentacles counterpart. Like there they are waiting for you. um so that's cute. And okay, so we have the Six of Pentacles, Seven of Pentacles, and Justice. This is Libra energy here. We also have Virgo and Capricorn that is coming through in this reading. So what I'm seeing here is how you're going to meet your soulmate when you're there. What I'm feeling is you're going to, I don't know, perhaps you're moving abroad to give back to the community or to be of service in some way. So maybe you're in the service industry, or maybe you're in like a helping field, social work. It could be anything where you help the less fortunate, even. It could be volunteer work that you're doing. I think you're working very closely though in a community because we do have spiritual community here. So perhaps that's why you're traveling abroad, living there. Obviously you could be going to school there or something like that, but I just see you being very kind and compassionate and giving and just having just being of service to others in whatever way. And you're planting a lot of seeds. You're waiting. So I feel like you get there, you get to this place that you're going to meet your soulmate, and you're kind of focusing on work. You're focusing on giving back. And then this could be professionally, like for your job where you're like of service, but this could also be in your energy. You're just in this energy where you want to give to others. You want to give love to others, you want to meet other people, and you want to give of yourself. You want to, you're out there in the community, mingling and, giving compliments and just kind of sharing of yourself with others. And you're in a very abundant energy. This is a very, well, physically abundant, but like also energetically, you're giving, you're receiving. There's this like nice flow. So when you get there, I feel like you're trying to establish that flow. You're trying to establish your abundance, or like have your abundance and have it flow. And that's kind of like your main focus. And I do think it does have to do with money and work. So like you're focusing on making money, being successful in that kind of way, having stability. And then I see a little like a kind of pause in that, and there's a little bit of downtime where like not much is happening. Maybe there's some stagnancy here. Maybe you're spending a lot of time in nature and outdoors and by yourself, again like with this hermit card, a lot of time by yourself, connecting with the land, connecting with the, because like here you're connecting with people, and then here you're kind of connecting with nature, gardening maybe, or just having picnics, reading your book and having a glass of wine, eating grapes outside, hanging with your cat, whatever, an animal, taking lots of walks in nature. That could be a thing, but I just see you spending a lot of time outside and maybe a little bit of a slower time where you're reevaluating your future. And then you have justice. You have this relationship that comes in, which is your soulmate. To me, this represents your soulmate. This is also dealing with the legal system, contracts, law. So that could be some work that you do there as well, like anything and like with to do with legal matters, even accounting, something like that. But the court system, justice system. So then here is where this new love comes in, right? Here's where your soulmate comes in with the Ace of Cups after kind of a time of waiting, a period of waiting. So you might be in this new place anywhere from 6 to 7 weeks or months before you meet your soulmate, I feel. And yeah, so then we have and they show up in your life. Yeah, we do have the Ace of Cups. So this new love comes in, right? But then there's this waiting period again. It's like a slow moving situation for some reason. It's like you don't just jump into this relationship. It's like a slow moving situation. There's a lot of new perspectives being gained, seeing things in a different way. This is Pisces energy, hanging back, surrendering, going with the flow. A lot of self-sacrifice as well. So maybe giving a lot more than maybe they're giving, right? Somebody's giving more than the other because of something, having sacrifice. And then here you are in this now committed relationship. There's some conflict though. The Five of Wands, it could be jealousy, it could be competition, it could be just outside people, kind of all up in your business. But then you guys go to a place of happiness and joy and like, okay, we are together. This could be a sunny place that you're moving to as well. Yeah, the Ten of Cups, ultimate happiness, happy ending. You guys are, um, you have ultimate emotional fulfillment with each other. There's a lot of chemistry, a lot of physical attraction, a lot of fire between you guys, a lot of desire between the two of you. I feel like perhaps this person or you, I mean, like whoever's who, but one, maybe this is you, like the King of Wands here. It's like this is the energy of like, okay, kitty cat, like where are we going next in the world? Like where are we traveling? Okay, we're going here in the middle of the ocean. Cool. I got my Queen of Wands waiting there for me. Or, reverse the, like, if the Queen of Wands is like, I got my King of Wands waiting there for me. But anyway, somebody's traveling across the world or somewhere, a distance, to meet their person. And there's a lot of fire here. There's a lot of sexual energy and chemistry. Um, Maybe at work, maybe you guys have some sort of a work connection because that's coming up here as well. The Six of Pentacles could be work. So you guys might be involved in the same community project or in the same community overall, the same job, some sort of a same similar focus here, where maybe you were working a lot. It is exhausting. You're mastering your craft. You're mastering a skill. You're learning something. It could be school. So that could be like a mutual connection, and you guys kind of have just really strong chemistry when you meet each other, and you're just really drawn to each other. Okay, the main energy I'm getting, like I'm trying to pull as much out of this as I can, but like what's being really, really highlighted and what I feel is mainly just this travel energy. Because the King and Queen of Wands is like Sagittarius energy, also Leo and Aries. Sagittarius especially is about traveling and to new foreign places, strange lands, things like that. So I feel like that's mainly your message here. It's like, how are you going to meet your soulmate? You're going to meet them by traveling to a different place basically, and that's where you're going to kind of settle down. It's you feel called to go there. You could be going there for work because you're tired where you are, so you have to go somewhere new to master a new skill or make some more money. It's somewhere where you're very happy, and I mean, this is your soulmate. This is a union with your soulmate, the celebration. This is marriage. This is your divine counterpart. This here is the divine masculine. And just doing what you feel called to do with the Nine of Pentacles. You're in this single energy and feeling very empowered and confident, and like, I can take care of myself. I don't need my mom or my dad or my partner or my friends or my whatever to take care of me and to baby me or to babysit me. I can do this on my own. So I'm going to go venture out on my own. And that's kind of what you do. And you travel away. You're the fool. You take a leap of faith into the unknown. Maybe people are coming at you, so you got to fight off some people. You grow up, you learn a lot, you have a lot of choices, options. Maybe you're kind of confused, but you're following your heart the whole time and your passion to this place, and you're being really empowered and independent and strong, and that's where you unite with your soulmate. So it's because you have taken this leap of faith and really did something for yourself that you feel very strongly about, is how you align with this person, who, and you guys have very, very similar energy. So your energies are going to draw each other to you. As far as specifically how it happens when you get there, I'm not really getting too much about that except for the few things that I mentioned. But I think the main thing that you have to focus on is like the whole traveling aspect of this situation. So that is what I have for you, pile one. That's how you're going to meet your soulmate. I really hope that you enjoyed this reading. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Hi, pile two. Welcome to your reading. So if you chose this silver kyanite blade, this is going to be your reading all about how you are going to meet your soulmate. So whatever we can get about that situation of how you're going to meet them. So let's get into your reading. So I already have your oracle cards kind of pulled out here. We'll be pulling some more tarot. So let's see. How are you going to meet your soulmate? So we have community. We have regeneration, number 46. We have fork in the road, number 13. So this kind of reminds me of the death card, like Scorpio energy in the tarot, and number 13 is the death card. So there's a lot of that coming through. We also have transformation at the bottom of this deck. So there's a lot of scorpionic energy here that might resonate with you. We have love. We have journey, and we have the thinking man. Like that. So journey and the thinking man. And then for these guys, this is from my, I made this oracle deck. It's basically just like random places of where you can meet people. And what came out is mountains and coffee shop. So we'll see how it plays into the reading. Just put that there. Let me just adjust this real quick. So let's lay your tarot cards out. So how are you going to meet your soulmate? How is pile one going to meet their soulmate? What can you tell me about their specific meeting? How are they going to meet their soulmate? We have the Fool. Have the Knight of Cups. The Six of Swords. So, oh my gosh, okay, like, this always happens. But again, like, there's a lot of similar energy and similar-ish cards to pile one, so there could definitely be a connection here. What I feel when this happens in the piles where like they come out and they're very similar, I did the reading for pile one and I took a break. I cleared the energy, I staged, and I did all the things. So the fact that the cards are still a little bit similar is just showing me that maybe this is the message that needs to come through. And it's probably what I feel when there's this sort of connection between two piles is one, one pile is you and one pile is your person, and you kind of get to see both of your stories to help you understand how you are going to meet your soulmate. So perhaps it's coming out. So if you feel called to watch pile one, then go ahead. But I'm not saying it's the same, but there are definitely similar energies and cards coming out. But the message could be different. So we'll just get into it with an open mind. Um, yeah, so because what I want to say about that is pile one and their soulmate was very similar in their journeys. Like the journey of how they come together, and it was more in the extended, but it was like how they come together, it was very like aligned and mirrored. And because this is mirroring pile one, that's the vibe I'm getting. Okay, so I feel like how you're going to meet your soulmate is there's definitely a major ending or letting go of something in your life that you are going to be either moving away from physically or emotionally, spiritually, something like that. Because we have the regeneration card. So this is about burning away of something old and beginning anew, new seeds, new plants are growing. This is about transformation. This is a whole new reformation, like a regeneration. It's just like it says. So I feel like that means that it's you're how you're going to meet your soulmate has something to do with this transformation that you're going to undergo. And I feel like you're journeying to somewhere new. Like you're going to meet your soulmate on a journey to somewhere new. Because then we have a fork in the road, right? So you're kind of at a crossroad and like, well, where do I go? Which direction do I take? There's a monkey, there's an owl, there's a camel. Way do I go? And then you have journey. So again, she has her back's path and she's got all the signs like which direction. So I think that you have a lot of options for like, okay, so how you're gonna meet your soulmate, like I said, it's similar to File One, but it is what it is at this point. How you're gonna meet your soulmate is that you're going to have to travel somewhere new. You're gonna leave your comforts, you're gonna leave wherever it is that you are now, something maybe that you're attached to. Um, and kind of clinging onto, that is something that you're going to have to walk away from and leave. Six of Swords, move away, walk away, take a leap of faith into the unknown, right? Travel with the world, go to a different part of the world, make that decision. And I think you have a lot of options for where it is that you want to go or can go. And you're going to put a lot of thought into this with the thinking man. You're going to give it a lot of thought, but because he's looking at this crystal, I'm getting the feeling that you're really going to be tuning into your intuition. You're going to be tuning in to see what your intuition's telling you where to go. And there is something about love here that's calling you. So maybe like you already know a person that lives in a different country or state or city or somewhere who your heart is calling you towards. Maybe you already know that person and you're like, I have to follow my heart. I have to follow this love. I have to go towards this person. They live 1,000 miles away from me and I have to go. Or if you don't already know this person, then I feel like something in your heart is calling you towards this person. And for you, I think it's really that soulmate calling that you're feeling. This is not necessarily just love, like, oh, I love this place. Like, okay, this is like your souls are calling you together. Okay, so this is you knowing in your heart that, and you might not know that it's because you're going to meet your soulmate there, but it's definitely your heart and soul calling you to your soulmate. That's what's taking you there. Whereas, like, maybe sometimes you would journey into a different land because you have a lot of other things to do there. Like, you're going to find your spiritual community, or you're going to find your soul tribe, or you're going to make really good money, and that's going to help you in some way. There's many other reasons as well. And then you also find your soulmate. But I feel like for you, it's specifically like your heart is calling you to this place specifically, that spiritual connection to your soulmate, that soul tie to your soulmate is what's calling you. And that's what you're going to be following. Maybe you will even be conscious of that, knowing that I'm going to go find my soulmate, you know? And wherever it is that you go, there might be mountains there. So that could be like a significant feature of the land where you're going to meet your soulmate. And maybe they're big on coffee shops. Maybe there's a lot of coffee shops in the mountains, like mountain coffee shops. They're really cozy that you're really going to enjoy. This is obviously somewhere where you can actually meet this person, or maybe this could be something to do with your first date or something like that, or something that you guys like to do together. Is go to the mountains and get coffee, or maybe just coffee is like a big deal for you guys. Um, but there's definitely a lot of coffee shops in this area, and it's like I'm getting like a cozy, like even like mountain town or something like that. um and yeah, there is here with the Fool, like taking this leap of faith, trusting your intuition, following your heart. um we have we have never ending story here at the bottom. What is this show? We have never ending story. She's kind of in her head. And we have this clock. Again, it's a heart and it's a clock, and it says no, yes, no, yes, no, yes, no, yes. And then love and me is like, I don't know if you can see that. So I feel like you are definitely in your head about this. Like, you're definitely like, I need to find my soulmate. Like, you're on a mission to find your soulmate. You're kind of like intentionally doing this because this is where you're going to meet your person. And I'm sorry I keep comparing it to pile one. I am trying to differentiate between those two energies. Pile one was more like, I just have a calling to go here. This is just a place I need to go. And then it's like where they happen to meet their soulmate. You, I feel like you're like, this is where I'm gonna meet my soulmates. That's why I'm going to this land. Because it's a never ending story. I've been going round and round and round about this. I'm ready. And it's like there's this huge, oh my gosh, look at this. Underneath the Burning Story, we have yin and then we have yang. One and two, that divine feminine, divine masculine energy. This is your person. This is your twin flame, even. This could be a twin flame connection where you guys are really, your souls are really calling each other. And it's been like a never ending thing. This is why I was saying that you could maybe know this person, like, and it's like, maybe you were already with this person and it was like a twin flame connection, and it's just been a never ending thing that just you can't get out of this connection. You can't get this connection out of your head. um and so you're going on a journey to find them, to connect with them, reunite with them. But this could also be from a past life that you're feeling that energy of like, man, I have this person, I have someone out there and I just can't get it out of my head and I need to go, you know So I feel like how you're going to meet them, there's definitely going to be some sort of a community. There's going to be a community. This looks a lot like, well, this is like mountainous, you have that evergreen. This looks kind of like what I would imagine California or Oregon or even Washington to look like. Um, Even like the redwood forests. Um, but there's like this transformation energy, rainbow, happiness, community. So I feel like somehow this person is part of a community that you know, or that you're both involved in. This is somebody you can't let go of. This is somebody you can't let go of. And you're kind of at a fork in the road, like, okay, which way do I go? Do I follow my heart? Do I follow this? Maybe there was like a transformation in this connection with regeneration. I want to know if I want to know just a little bit more about this connection. There's been a transformation here, and I'm wondering if that's in your connection. Like there's a new beginning, a death and a rebirth. Like it was a certain way that wasn't working perhaps, and now there's been a lot of maybe even time spent apart, a lot of transformation, healing, and then you guys come together. But in order to do that, you have to take a leap of faith and you have to make this decision. And you might have to travel towards this person, and like this could represent that you guys did have like a major ending, or this could be that you have to have a pain, kind of like a more painful ending where you have to walk. Well, it's not that painful because there's no blood on this one, so it's kind of like just walking away, but it's still like moving away from something and that you have been attached to, or maybe you're just attached to this person, you couldn't let them go. Can you tell me more about this connection? What is the nature of this connection? The Queen of Swords. Somebody cut somebody out. You see clearly now. There's clarity of mind, and there's commitment here, a new beginning. Yeah, I don't know. This is a past person, obviously, like not for all of you, and like don't take that if it doesn't resonate. If you don't have anyone in your past like that, like don't. But I think this is for the those of you who do have like a connection with someone that you do believe is your twin flame or your soulmate that there was some sort of an ending with, and there's like a some sort of coming together after this healing, and the how you're going to meet them is like, I guess, so you've already met them probably, obviously, and now you just kind of take this leap of faith and follow your heart and move somewhere new. You're moving somewhere new because you can't let go of this connection. So you're taking a journey, you're taking a leap of faith, packing your bags and going perhaps towards this person or towards the love, right? You're following that love, the calling towards this person. They're calling you, and it has to do with the community. Okay. So, because it's a never ending story, it's just like over and over and over. It's like you can't get over this person, you can't get them out of your head. Okay, I just got a message for some others of you. This could be that there was, I know. I feel like pile two was confusing in one of the other readings too. I think it was singles was next in love. Pile two was just a shit show. Only because like the messages were just confusing, not your life. Your life is not a shit show. Maybe it is, but I'm not saying it is. The messages are just like what is going on. Um, I'm kind of feeling that confusion here a little bit as well. I'm kind of feeling like it could be that what I just said, but it could also be that you maybe perhaps were involved with someone that has been like obsessive thinking, you can't let go, very attached to this person, and there was a painful ending here that you had to sort of heal from. There's a regeneration. It was maybe a karmic relationship where you transformed a lot because of this connection, right? And now you are its divine feminine, like you have forgiven. Oh, gosh, yeah, you have gained your power back, or and you've forgiven the situation, the person, you've moved on, and then now you find your soulmate after that whole situation. So maybe it's not the person from the past that you were connecting with. Maybe it's like a new connection, but it happens after healing from this like major ending with someone where you are taking that leap of faith and moving. Maybe you leave this situation. Maybe you literally physically move away from this person to a different part of the world to where they don't live because you believe that it is there that you're going to find your soulmate, and you have to find your own community where you're happy after you've transformed, now a place where now you finally belong. That could have something to do with like, coffee shops, mountains. So that could also be a story line for some of you. So I'll, take what resonates. So let's just see um a little bit more. How are you going to meet your soulmate? Yeah, I'm just saying like this is confusing. Pile two is confusing. So if you would like to go to a different pile, then go ahead and do that. I understand. I won't take it personally. Okay, so one was really straightforward. Pile two, not so much. Pile two, how are they going to meet their soulmate? Seven of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, I'm telling you, there is this feeling of being left out in the cold, like this energy of being left by someone, left alone by someone. Someone abandoned you, someone ghosted you, neglected you, um, broke up with you, or you broke up with someone. Like this is just like this lonely lack energy, feeling like a victim. Maybe you were victimized by someone. Maybe you did have an abusive ex who hurt you or did something like that, or maybe took all your money or left you homeless, kicked you out, something like that, right? A divorce, some sort of a major thing. 10 of Swords showed up, so that's like a major ending. So I feel like that is somehow playing into how you're going to meet your soulmate. And then there's a lot of patience and waiting and stagnancy and kind of reevaluating where you want to plant your seeds, maybe even reestablishing yourself. And then we have this Knight of Wands here, which is like following your passion to this is again travel energy, right? Getting on your horse, on your broom, whatever, and flying to wherever your that passion in your like it takes you, the desire takes you, right? So there is this like moving, like getting out of this stagnancy. Okay, the Hermit. So it is, yeah. So okay, the Hermit. So being in more Hermit energy, going within, following, sort of letting the universe guide you. Okay, so how is pile 2 going to live there so quick? Okay, we have a whole journey here. Okay, we have a journey. Yes, this whole unfolding of this reading is a journey. It's not like a straightforward, okay, you're going to be here at this time doing this, and that's how they're going to show up. It's kind of like it's showing your journey to your soulmate. So yeah, that's how you're gonna meet them is through you have to go through this situation in order to meet your soulmate, because whatever, like maybe there's certain lessons you have to learn, certain wisdom you have to gain, and the transformation that you have to undergo from this situation in order to get your energy to the vibration that resonates with your soulmate, or that resonates with that soulmate connection, right? So there's a transformation here, an ending, a letting go, you finding your worth, knowing what you deserve, and not settling anymore ever. Really being strong, focusing on your career, on elevating your career, on making money, becoming very independent and stable and secure financially, kind of hanging out your money, saving your money, working with others, collaborating, gaining an emotional security and stability. Anything else you can tell me about how pile 2 is going to meet their soulmate, or what happens next? Okay. So we have the Nine of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, the Tower. Okay, you bring something to an end. You're independent, you're confident, you know what you want, you know yourself, you are like, you can rely on yourself. So you have gained, okay, so this is why the Five of Pentacles is like you have been abandoned. Maybe you lost everything and you felt like maybe it was emotionally like, oh my God, I can't do this on my own or whatever. So maybe it was like physically, financially, but in whatever way you have come to a place of like, I got this. Like I have made my money, I regained my confidence, I regained balance, and I can take care of myself now, right? Nine of Pentacles. And then so I feel like you have options, right? With all these roads, like I could go this way, I could go that way, I could go that way, I could go that way. You have many options, and you have to make a choice. You have to make a choice to go a certain direction and start over, and that's going to be a major tower moment in your life because you're sort of ending something and starting new. Or maybe this was a tower moment in your life where like this relationship ended. There's this relationship that ended here that is taking you to your new path to find your soulmate after a lot of healing. And you might have to travel. Okay, so we got it. Thank you, universe, so much. Anything else, please, that you can tell us about um how how pile one is going to come together with their soulmate? Okay, so I feel like there's a lot of page energy. Your soulmate could be younger than you, or just more useful, like more useful energy. Hmm. I don't know what energy this is giving me. The Two of Swords and the Devil. It's almost like you're not seeing that there's this like devil energy that's like trying to lure you in. And that could be another person, that could be an addiction, that could be some sort of a pattern that you have, or an attachment to something that you have. But it's like it's keeping you stuck. But then there's this like light bulb moment where like, okay, I'm gonna go on my own and learn. And that's how you unite with your soulmate. So what is this? What is this? What is this devil energy? The Ace of Cups. So what is the Two of Swords? Eight of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles. Okay, so this could be work related. So it could be like somebody at work. So it could be a new beginning at work. That's why community is here. I feel like you're so focused. Okay. I feel like you're so focused at work or on your work, on your success, like making money. The Eight of Pentacles is what's the card of mastering your skill, and like that's you're very diligent and very to the Capricorn energy, and we have Capricorn energy here too. Is just very diligently focused on mastering the task at hand, learning whatever it is that you need to learn. Yeah, Page of Swords, you're learning. You're deep into learning something, maybe training, um learning at school, a job. So it could be school, job, some sort of a situation where you're really, really learning. And it could be even like in your free time at home and your hobbies, like you're just really focused on something. Even it could be your body, like exercising, your health, your diet, something. You're like almost fixated on this. Almost like with this devil like energy, obsessed with it, obsessed with your succeeding at something. And so you're not seeing this love offer coming in because you're so focused on this thing that you're doing and you're trying to master. And then also with the devil, it's like they're trying to lure you in. So I feel like this person is trying to lure you in with this love, but you're just not seeing it because you're so out of touch with what's going on around you because you're so fixated on like studying, learning, like that's what you're focused on. So that's how you meet your soulmate is like you're really, really heavily indulging in um learning something or or meeting a goal that you have to where you're not recognizing almost this offer that's coming in, this love offer, which is your soulmate. So anything else you want to come to? What else do you want to tell me about that for pile two and how they meet their soulmate? The Page of Swords again. It's a Seven of Swords at the bottom, the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Wands. It's a secret. How no, it's not. It's like it's the Seven of Swords. It's sneaking around. It's a secret. It's not known to you. How you meet your soulmate is you're not gonna know. You're not gonna see them. It's gonna be a tower moment. You're not gonna see them appear. You're gonna be focused on learning a new skill, perhaps at school or like whatever it is like that you're doing. You're learning something new. You're very creative, you have a lot of options, or you're even maybe like focused on all your options. Like, okay, where do I want to move? Where do I want to live? Like, what do I want to do? I'm journeying into this land. Like, that's kind of like your main focus. And then it's not being revealed to you. Like, it's not being revealed to you, or it's not seen that this person is here as your soulmate. And this person might appear to be younger than you or maybe a little bit more immature, and maybe you're not even giving them a time of day because you're like no, like not interested, kind of getting that vibe where you're like not really entertaining them, you're not really interested in them, but they're trying to lure you in, but you're not really like budging, you're not really like seeing that. Maybe they just like make you laugh a lot and they're very communicative and witty, but you're not looking at them as a soulmate. You're not looking at them as a potential soulmate. You're just like, oh, this just a random person who just is talking to me. You're not interested in them in that kind of a way. That's how you meet them. It could be at work. Yeah, like you're I don't know, like you're doing something other than this person. You're focusing on something else. Maybe you are starting a new job and you're focusing on training or something, and then there's this person around you. And maybe you guys have to sneak around at some point as well with each other. And they try to make you laugh a lot, but you're just like, I'm not really into it. But yeah, you're kind of like you have your guard up, you have strong boundaries, you know what you want, and you're like, no, I'm not entertaining this. But then like it kind of turns into, you know, what the hell? Sorry, this is such a long reading. We just took a while for us to get here. Um, and like I said, this one's a little confusing. So, Two of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles. There's like this up and down, this indecision, not really knowing what to do. It could definitely be like a workplace, Ten of Pentacles, a place of like a stable place, like a physical place. So I'm not getting I mean, I'm not really getting too much online stuff. It's more of like a physical environment where you're busy. You guys are busy working, distracted, don't have time for anything. But there's this like longevity here, this long-term potential between two of you guys. Yeah, like she's kind of just like, hey, and he's like, hey, like you see each other in passing, but you're living your life, like you're doing your thing, or they're doing their thing, whatever. And but like you're like, hey, but it's not anything. It's like I don't really think you're my soulmate. You're just a random person, but then it kind of like develops into that over time because you realize like holy shit, this person's my divine counterpart. But they're just so like different or younger than you or something's different that you're not used to or expecting, but they make you really happy. And it's your Two of Cups. So that's all I have for you. I'm not gonna drag this on any longer. Um, yeah, sorry if that was confusing. It is what it is. Sometimes they're not that clear, but I still hope that it resonated with you and it was helpful. Thank you so much for being here. I really hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Hi, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. So if you chose this Violet Ray Kyanite, this is going to be a reading all about how you are going to meet your soulmate. So what does that look like? What does that entail, your meeting of your soulmate? But we have your oracle cards pulled here for how you're going to meet your soulmate, and then we'll be pulling some more tarot. So let's get into it. So we have fulfillment. We have envy. Truth be told. We have go the distance. The gardener. And then this is from my oracle deck that I created. It's called Places Where Will You Meet. So these are like just places that you can meet people. So we have retreats, neighborhood, outdoor activity, and recreational activity. So I'm going to put that up here and see how that plays into the reading. Okay, so let's get your tarot. How or where is pile 3 going to meet their soul? But like under what circumstances? Anything that you can give us about how or where, under what circumstances, pile 3 is going to meet their soulmates. Wow, we have a lot of wands energy here. The Knight of Wands, the Page of Wands, the Ace of Pentacles, and the King of Wands. Okay. Whew, okay, this is kind of making sense. Um, One thing that's coming through is I feel like whenever it is that you meet your soulmate, you're going to be in this very empowered, confident, amazing, beautiful, attractive Empress energy, which is just like kind of the manifestation of all that is. Like, just it's beauty, it's magnetism, it's wholeness, fullness, abundance, fertility, being nurturing, loving, having basically everything, being very empowered, independent, strong, courageous, confident, fruitful, right? It's just everything, every positive word that you can think of basically is the Empress. It's the manifestation of all that is good and beautiful and amazing. So it's a divine feminine energy. Um so I feel like even though like whether you're guy or girl doesn't matter, it's like you're going to be in this very very attractive energy when you meet your soulmates, or how you're going to meet him or her. You're going to be in a very attractive energy. You're going to attract this person to you. Like, you're attracting your soulmate to you just by being in your Empress energy, just by being in your beauty, being in your surrendered, beautiful, creative, authentic, powerful, empowered energy, right? And it's also about self love. So just very much focus on yourself. And I think that you're going to feel very fulfilled. You're going to feel very fulfilled within yourself. I mean, she's pregnant here. And so there could be, yeah, some sort of association with pregnancy. So your soulmate might get you pregnant. So you might have a baby with your soulmate. And it could be on a full moon that you meet your soulmate. But what I'm getting with this is that you're looking to be fulfilled. Like, you're not looking to settle. You're not looking to settle with anyone. You're looking for not even that you're looking. I don't even think that you're looking for your soulmate when you meet them. But you definitely aren't about to settle with anyone. And I do see 3 people that are going to be approaching you, because we have the 3 of Swords, which does represent like a third party situation. But this isn't a third party where like this just shows 3 broken hearts to me. Um, or like 3 swords in one heart, I guess. So there's something about free, and the emphasis on number 3, and then we have 3. Well, we have 4 people here, but really the suit card or the court cards are really the ones that represent people, and that's the Knight of Wands, the Page of Wands, and the King of Wands. Okay, all full of fire energy, but I do see that This one's a little bit immature, the Page of Wands. This one's, maybe even younger than you. So basically, what I'm seeing is that you're going to have a lot of prospects who are going to be around you at the time that you meet your soulmate. So you're going to have auctions. And only one obviously is going to be your soulmate, so not all of them. But um, there's like a younger person who's just very fiery, very fun and exciting and adventurous and spontaneous and let's take risks, but maybe is a little bit more immature and inexperienced. And then there's another person who's very sexy, very attractive and fun again, adventurous, spontaneous, a lot of fun, a lot of good sexual chemistry that you have with this person. This person is very sexy, but it's kind of like that player vibe, that player energy, maybe non-committal, in and out, like not necessarily trustworthy. Um, and then you have this King of Wands character who is, again, more of that fiery, adventurous, spontaneous, risk-taking, bold, ambitious, confident, sexy energy, but he's like this guy's more mature, or this energy is more mature, it's more evolved, it's more grounded, it's more stable. And then we have this Ace of Pentacles, which is a new beginning, a new potential beginning in a solid relationship, is what I'm feeling. So I feel like you have this potential, I think, with one of these people, and that's why we have 3 swords here. And there's envy. So I think these people who are here trying to pursue you and go the distance for you there's a lot of like jealousy and stuff, to even get your attention. So that's part of the circumstance of like how you're going to meet your soulmate is like you're in this very high vibe, empowered, sexy, attractive energy, and you have a lot of suitors. You have a lot of people coming after you. Um, and there are some broken hearts here. There are going to be broken hearts because I think you're gonna choose one of them, which will be your soulmate. And as far as like the environment in which you might need these people, I don't know, like outdoor activity, recreational activities coming up, and I don't know if that's like where you meet them or that's a lot of things that you do with these people. Because this is outside. The Empress is like an outdoorsy energy, really in touch with nature, Mother Earth. So that's like that. We have the gardener, which is um this is a divine masculine, actually, the gardener. And this is a divine feminine here. But I just feel like you see a garden here, it's beautiful, lush forest, flowers, trees. And then we're outdoors here on a little pathway. So there's a lot of like this outside energy. And all of these fire signs are about that. So I feel like you might do a lot of those activities with these people. Like you might date these people, you might try them out, give them a chance, go on a date, whatever. And you guys um, go on a hike together or go on a walk or do maybe like a marathon together or something like that, or go um, anything like that where you guys are going on a retreat together, a little trip, something like that. And and it's like you're looking for the truth. You're looking for who's really here for you. Who is really here for me? Who's going to go the distance for me? Who is going to follow through for me? Because the gardener is that energy where like I'm gonna take action, like I'm gonna plant the seeds so that my garden can grow. Basically, that's what the Empress is, the manifestation of this. So you plant the seeds, and then whatever grows from those seeds is the Empress. Okay, so you're trying to see who is going to be loyal enough and stay long enough to plant seeds and to see them grow, which means like to see you grow, like see you blossom, see this relationship blossom, for this person to blossom with you, right? And so then we have the Page of Wands, which is kind of like very immature, probably not going to last, and the Knight of Wands, very non-committal, not going to last, and then we have this King of Wands, who I feel like could be coming up as your soulmate and who is going to last, but it's still going to be very fun and adventurous. And because I feel like you're attracted to those types of people, I feel like you're attracted to more of that fiery energy, who is more sexual, passionate, Of course, sexual in a loyal kind of way, but maybe you're like that too, and yeah. So, um, that you like that sensual type of love, and just you like to have fun, you like to go on adventures, you like to travel, you like to do spontaneous things, you like to explore places, right? You like to be outdoors, you like to hike, you like outdoor activities, you really do enjoy that. Go on vacations, go on retreats. Like, I feel like that's what fulfills you, right? Being in a garden, maybe you like to garden, maybe you just like to be outside, whatever, go to parks. And so you're looking for a person who is going to um be there for you all the way through and not kind of give up and be like, okay, I'm done with this, or this is too much investment, I'm not going to do it. You want someone who's going to last. And so I don't think a couple of these are going to last. And there is a person that's coming in here that is obviously your soulmate who's going to go the distance for you. And I feel like the universe is going to reveal that truth to you of who that is, who's not wearing a mask and who's being honest. Because some of these people have bad intentions, right? With envy, it's they're coming from like this more negative energy where they're like jealous of all these other people, and they're coming from like this toxic energy, very insecure energy. And then we also have resolving conflicts. So I feel like some of these people are broken, where like you maybe they need to be fixed. Okay. So like maybe some of these people need to be fixed, healed, they like you're gonna feel the need to maybe heal them or fix them. Maybe you attract broken people to you. That's the heartbreak card here. Maybe you attract that because you are so kind and compassionate and loving and nurturing and understanding and beautiful, and you're like the ideal partner is what you're coming through as. Like, these people all see you as their ideal dream partner, like, oh my god, if I could only have pile free. And so you like that attention. I feel like you like that attention. You like being put on that pedestal. And, you kind of entertain that. But then it always turns out that, like, these people are not here for you because they're broken, they need help, and you're here again to heal them. And you're like, well, I'm not here to heal you. I need a person who's my equal. Like, I need someone who's on my level. Because I'm luminosity. I shine bright. And look, the divine, yeah, I need a divine masculine. If you're the divine feminine, the Empress, you're looking for divine masculine. If you're the divine masculine, you're looking for a divine feminine. And either way, you're looking for a divine counterpart, not like a toxic partner, you know? So you're going to start dating. You're going to date. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're going to date around. So how you're going to meet your soulmate for you, pile free, is you're going to be dating. So I would, if you're trying to find your soulmate, I would be open to dating different people because you're going to have to learn and experience, and that's how you're going to find your person. I don't think for you it's going to be like, oh my God, I call eyes with this random person and they're my soulmate and I wasn't even looking for a relationship or looking to date. I feel like you're not necessarily pursuing people in that kind of way. I feel like people are definitely more pursuing you than you're pursuing them, but you're putting yourself out there to be pursued. So maybe you're on a dating app, so, or maybe you're on like outside a lot, like in outdoor activities where you're involved in like a community or something where you're whatever people do. I don't know, you're running marathons or going on walks with the groups of people. You're going on meetup or something where you can meet people. You're hanging out with your friends and meeting people through your friends and having community. I don't know, but you're around people to where they have access to you and you date them, right? You're like, okay, sure, let's go on an adventure, let's go on a walk, like let's go date. And then that's how you kind of like go through and filters through like who is here for me and who is not. So that's kind of like how you meet your person. And these people might be giving you a lot of gifts, right? Like, these people really do treat you special. Like, they definitely do put you on a pedestal, and they constantly, maybe even they try to buy your love because, and you like it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I feel like you kind of like it. You're like, okay, what else you got? Like, this is nice to be treated this way, but it's not enough for you. It's like, okay, at a certain point, they show their true colors. The truth is told. You guys can't handle me. You're not my equal. I need someone who's on my level. And you intuitively know this, like you're very connected to your intuition. So you will intuitively know who this person is, which one of the people that you date it is. And we also have random place here at the bottom. Oh my gosh, and then we have hiking under that. So yeah, it could definitely be like an outdoorsy thing, like hiking or something, but random place. So I think random places coming up and all these things, because you just go on dates with these people in random places. Like, yeah, let's go to coffee shop, let's go here, let's go there, let's go there. And like one of them ends up being your soulmate. One of the people that you date ends up being your soulmate. So let's get some more cards about how you're gonna meet your soulmate. So how is Pile free going to meet their soulmate? What else can you tell me? The Six of Cups. I kind of do feel, and I felt from the beginning, is that it's in your either in your hometown that you meet your soulmate, or it's in the town that you live, like where you reside, like where your home is. You know, it's where you have your friends, maybe where you have your family, you have neighborhood. It just sounds very local. So like some of the other piles had like travel and like you're gonna meet them abroad, whatever. For you, I'm getting it's very local. Like it's kind of where you hang out, it's kind of where you live, where you reside, where you live your life, right? And you're just normally casually dating. Maybe you're hanging out with friends. Like how you meet your soulmate is like you go out with your friends a lot because the Six of Cups is about memories of old friendships, nostalgia, and just people from your past, people from your childhood. So this person could even be somebody from your childhood or a friend that you have known from a person that you've known from the past. There could also be significant difference between you guys. It could be an age difference, it could be just a background, something that is quite different about you guys. But I feel like with the Six of Cups, it's like somebody who's in your friend circle even, or you find through community, like you're out and about putting yourself out there. Six of Swords, this showed up for every single one of the readings. Hmm. How is Pile 3 going to meet their soulmate? I do feel like, look at all the sixes: Six of Cups, Six of Swords, Six of Pentacles. We had the Six of Pentacles at the bottom here. So we have a lot of sixes. You could be a six life path. It could be in June or in 6 months. We'll get kind of more into that in the extended, but that could be like a significant number or time frame, or it could be a Gemini, that's June, right? Six is also about balance, harmony, relationships, marriage. So this is just strongly screaming that you're looking for a balanced relationship. When you meet your soulmate, you are looking for that without really pursuing it like super actively. You're still like knowing that that's what you want. You know what you want. You're very sure within yourself what it is that you're looking for and what it is that you deserve, because you have a really high self-worth. So whenever you get to that place is like when you will meet your soulmate. Um, with the King of Cups, I do feel like you have that healing energy. I do feel like you're very empathetic, and maybe you're an empath, right? Maybe you are a healer, or you're just very in tune, and you feel people and you love people. You're compassionate. You're a giver, right? The Six of Pentacles. You really like to make people feel good, and you really know how to get people to a place of peace within their mind. So you do have this like more healing energy, and perhaps that's why you attract partners who are all fucked up because they need your healing energy. But it's not an equal give and take. It's not reciprocated, right? The Six of Pentacles. There's not an equal give and take. So you do move on from a lot of those relationships because it's not what you're looking for. And you don't settle. Yeah, you're fighting off a lot of suitors. You're like, I know what I'm looking for, I know what I deserve, and I'm going to stay true to myself because I know my worth and I got all this competition, envy, right? All this competition coming at me, but I'm in my bubble, I'm protected. Except I think you're just a little bit more open to like whenever it is that you meet your soulmate, maybe right now you're not really open to it and you're kind of like, no, back off. I don't want to have anything to do with it. But I think when it's time for you to meet your soulmate, you're gonna start to get into that energy of the Empress of like, okay, or well, just like you're not even looking for it really, but you're open to dating. You're open to having fun. I think you meet your soulmate, it's like I'm open to having fun. I want to go out with people. I want to enjoy life. I want to go on activities and go on dates. I want to experience romantically and sexually another person. I just don't necessarily want a relationship unless it's my soulmate. Like that's kind of where you're at when you meet your soulmate, or how you meet them. So yeah, you're out there dating, doing your thing, and then they come around. So can you tell me more about how pile free will meet their soulmate? The Empress again, are you kidding me? You know how you're gonna meet your soulmate is by you're gonna attract your soulmates. That's it. You don't have to do anything. Yeah, oh my gosh. Look, Emperor and the Empress. Ultimate happiness, 10 of Cups. I just feel like you're gonna be very, very attractive and you're gonna like your soulmates, you're gonna attract your soulmate because of this very empowered, confident, attractive, beautiful energy that you're in. And you're patiently waiting for it and you're not settling. You're patiently waiting for that. And you are focusing on your work. You are focusing on your stability, on yourself, on knowing your worth. Because maybe you have had your heart broken here for, a few times. And so you're not settling, like, you know what you're looking for, this ultimate happiness. And I don't know, I just see this energy of just luminosity, just like really shining really brightly. And it's like, how are you going to meet your soulmate? You're going to attract them to you. How? I don't know, with your energy. Like things are just going to align, you know? Things are going to align. Oh my God, I don't know where this came from, but it just like fell on my leg. And it's the King of Pentacles. And we got the Queen and the King of Pentacles now, counterparts. It's gonna come out of nowhere. I was just like, where did this come from? That's how you're gonna meet your soulmate. I was like, where did this card even come from? I'm not even paying attention, but it just happened. So you just attract it. Like you're just gonna attract your soulmate to come to you on a random hike, in a random place, right? We have a random place here in a random neighborhood, in just a random anywhere because you're just out there. You're out there, you're mingling, you're talking to people, you're socializing, you're going on adventures, you're hanging out with your friends, you're putting yourself out there, you're being your best self, okay? Like that's how you meet your soulmate. You're being your best self, you're living your best life, you're vibing high, you're happy, you're taking care of yourself, you're healthy, you're involving yourself in the community. You're not in hermit mode. You're very much out there and involving yourself and perhaps even going on dates. Who knows? Maybe you're on a dating app or something like that. I don't know. But like you're open. It's like what I'm feeling. You're open to people. You're open to, romantically to other people and to dating. And you're not like, nope, sorry, not going to have it. It's like, your worth, but it's not in a way where like, I know my worth. Everybody fuck off. Like, I don't want anything to do with you. It's like, I know my worth, and also like, hey, what's up? Like, you want to hang, not like that. No, it's not like, hey, you want to hang out, but it's like, hey, I know my worth, but I'm also fun, and like, I'm down for an adventure, and I'm down to chill. Um, and then because you give people a chance, you're also a fun person. You want to just like enjoy life, and you want to like explore life. You're not limiting yourself to any experience. And so, whatever, you're doing your thing and hanging out with people, and then you're probably realizing that these people are not up to your standards, and you're like, okay, bye, like, not gonna happen. You walk away, you move away. Um, and you attract, you if you're in this energy of like putting yourself out there and dating and exploring and all of that, one of those people is going to be your soulmate. One of them is going to be your soulmate, because now you're putting yourself into that environment and into that energy of attracting your soulmate, because you're in this really nice high vibrational energy. So those are the details of how you're going to meet them. This is more about like it's a situational meeting, like what situation you're going to be in, where you're going to be at in your life, and kind of like the places that you can meet them, or like the dates you will go on. So I hope that that was helpful, pile free. I hope that resonated with you. Thank you so much for being here and for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I wish you all the best. I will see you in my next video. Bye.